my name is Charlotte and I am one of the trainers here at Holistic Hounds. Today we are carrying on our how-to series, and today we're going to be talking about doing a recall. So I have Nova, who is our German Shepherd here, and I have her on a long line. There are loads of different options for long lines. I have a slip lead because those are what we prefer, and this is about a 15-foot long line. You can get ones that are longer, so if you have got a dog that is struggling or needs a bit more space, you can use a longer lead. I also have a bag of our Bounce and Bella grain-free dog treats because I am going to be using treats as a reward for her recall. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just start walking Nova around and let her have that lead. So her release word is relax, so I'm going to say Nova relax, and I'm just going to let her have the entire lead. She can do whatever she wants, I don't mind at all. Then what I'm going to do, her recall word is Nova come, so what I'm going to, she already heard me, so I'm just going to keep walking, relax. And what I'm going to do is randomly whilst I'm walking around, I'm just going to say Nova come, sit, good girl. The most important thing is to make the recall really exciting. So as you saw, I moved backwards, I made it really exciting. I'm not being completely over the top because it's not necessary, but I'm not just going to be standing here going Nova come, because that's boring. So I'm going to keep her in a sit, and I'm just going to back away. And I'm going to do exactly the same. Nova come, sit, good girl, relax. As you can see, Nova absolutely loves doing this training. It's real good fun for her. So I don't really mind where she chooses to be. Some dogs, they will prefer to come in front, sit. As long as she's sitting, I don't mind. Some dogs will prefer to be along the side. So if I bring her into a heel, over here, sit. Some dogs will prefer to be in a heel position. It's totally up to you as to what you would prefer. I don't really mind. In most cases, when I'm doing a recall, it's right in front of me. And if I'm going to bring them into heel, then I'm going to do exactly what I just did with Nova and just ask her to heel up and then relax, relax. So I'm going to let her have the long line. She can do whatever she wants. I don't mind at all. And then at random points, I'm going to go, Nova come, sit. Good girl, relax. So your aim when you've got a really nice snappy recall like Nova, when you're in a safe space to do so and you've got a really good recall and they're coming back every time, you can move to dropping the long line. So I'm just going to drop the long line. Nova has a really good recall, I already know that. I'm going to relax her. Nova, relax. So I'm going to let her do whatever she wants. She can follow me around, she can stand like a lemon, she can run around and play. And again, at random points, I'm just going to go, Nova come, sit, good girl, relax. Now you don't have to ask your dog to be in a sit, but it is handy to do so because it really means that you are putting a full stop on the end of your recall. You don't want your dog to be bouncing back and forth. So, you know, if I just recalled her in, Nova come, her natural response is to sit, because that's what she's been taught to do. Good girl. Some dogs you'll find that if they've not been taught like a sit, relax, good girl. If they've not been taught a sit or something like that, at the end of it, we'll kind of run in and then run straight back out again. And we kind of want to deter them from doing that, because generally if you're asking for a recall, it might be because you need to get them back on the lead. It might be because there's someone coming around and you want them to come away from them. And so I want her to know that that recall means I'm asking her to be here with me. Another thing that's really important to practice is things like taking the lead on and off, so that it doesn't become a trigger, and also playing around with their collar, because there might be some instance where you want to hold on to her collar for whatever reason. You might need to just hold on to her for a second whilst you're waiting for something to go past, whatever reason. I don't want this to be a trigger that I hold this and that means that something is ending. So we randomly practice recalling our dogs in and holding on to their collars, giving it a bit of a play around so that it's not an issue. Relax. Then once you've got a really good recall on a long line, and I mean 100% every single time, you can then let them off in a secure place. I say start off with a secure place for a reason. If your dog then does mess up, which dogs are going to do, they're not perfect all the time, you've then got a secure place where you're not going to end up with them getting themselves hurt or running away. So you can take them to things like a secure field, let them off lead and start practicing out with distractions. It's a really good idea, especially when you're in the long line phase as well, to start practicing around different distractions. So if you've got somebody who's got another dog, get them to bring their other dog out. Get them to just sit there, get them to walk past, get them to get their dog really excited and be really silly, and practice your recall around that. Practice around people, practice around other animals, practice it in lots of different places and keep building it in lots of different situations so that you know that when you do eventually let your dog off lead, that they're going to have a really great recall. So last little bit, please don't rush trying to get your dogs off lead. I know it's a really exciting thing to do, and I know that there is absolutely nothing nicer than being able to have your dog off lead out on a walk and seeing them running around and having a great old time. Don't get me wrong, we absolutely know that it is lovely. However, it is also one of the easiest commands to break, and it is also one of the commands that if they don't do it, can lead to a lot of issues. You can easily lose dogs, they can run off and get hurt, and it's really important that you work on this and make sure that you have a really, really strong recall before letting your dog off lead. So if that means that your dog needs to be on a long line for a few months or even a year, it's really not a bad thing. It really doesn't matter. We would much rather that you keep your dog on a long line for longer than you need to than let them off too soon and something goes wrong. So yeah, as I said, keep your dog on a long line for as long as possible to make sure you've got a really good command. Make sure you practice in lots of distracting areas with lots of different things around as well, so that your dog gets used to practicing that recall with lots of distractions. And there are also much longer long lines that you can use. So if you do want your dog to have more space, but not yet be completely off lead, there are lots of different options. We personally have, I think 10 meter is our next size up, so they're super long, and they mean that you can give your dog extra space without having to have them completely off lead. Hey Nose, good girl. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do give us a like and comment below, and if you'd like to see more of our content, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.